Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Good Pods, Pocket Cast, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 113. Available now. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? I just watched The Flash. It is the 13th movie in the DC extended universe. Possibly, probably, most likely the last. It stars Ezra Miller, Sasha Calle, Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, Ron Livingston, Kiersey Clemens. And it is directed by Andy Muschietti. He directed Mama, It Chapter 2. You got Barry Allen, the fastest man alive. Wait. That's the TV show. You got Barry Allen, Central City, forensic, trying to get evidence off of clues and all of that. His dad is incarcerated for killing his mom. And he discovers he has the ability to do something that can fix everything or destroy everything. After getting some advice, he goes back in time. And going back in time has consequences. I don't know how often I say it. I highly doubt in the 12 years I've been doing these videos I've ever said it. But The Flash is my second favorite DC hero after Batman. So I was in for this movie, man. Multiple Batman actors in a Flash movie. I'm home. I've literally wanted a Flash movie since the 90s. I'll get it out the way quick. I'm probably like the majority of y'all. I'm not an Ezra Miller fan. But I'm not holding his shenanigans against this movie. He was amazing in this movie. Carrying this movie, he was great. So this is a hard movie to talk about now that I'm thinking about it. I didn't think about what I was going to say. I just thought about what I wanted to say. This is not a Snyderverse movie. Zack Snyder got a check off of this motherfucker though. Cause there's 2 actors in this movie that he cast. 3. Y'all seen the trailers. Jeremy Irons is in it too. So there are elements. This is a very, very loose interpretation of Flashpoint. He tries to fix his past and wrecks reality. And he's trying to fix it. The Michael Keaton stuff was cool. But there were multiple times where I thought to myself 89 and 92 Michael Keaton would never do this. Or 89, 92 Batman Returns Batman would never do this, respond this way. But then multiple things popped in my head. There's something he says about Gotham City as to why he could be rusty. And in this version of what Barry does, it might not be the same exact literal same Batman from 30 years ago. That's speculation. That's not a spoiler. That's just me thinking out loud. It's not confirmed, and it's never acknowledged. But I refuse to believe that the 2 movies that Tim Burton made just had an incursion with the current DC world. You know what I'm saying? So he's a variant. I'm taking it he's an older variant of Ben Affleck, and because I mean you've seen the Loki show, different universes I know, but as comic book fans, we've been trained that not every version of the same character has to look alike. So this doesn't have to be the Batman that raised me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my cop out. Everybody's complaining. Like I feel like everybody is complaining about the CGI. I didn't mind it, and Andy Muschietti come out and already said like, because of the Flash's powers, the super speed, the CG is gonna look a little altered. So I'm just maybe upon rewatch, like it'll like catch my eye and like look ugly or whatever. But I just didn't notice so much CG. I didn't notice so much bad CGI in this movie that I'm hating. You know what I'm saying? I like Sasha Calle as Supergirl. She's like, I haven't seen the 1984 Helen Slater movie, so like Melissa Benoist on the CW is really all I know of Supergirl. And this was another like cool variant. This was the interpretation of Supergirl that we got was really cool to me. And Michael Shannon, always a badass. Zod is still hands down the best DC villain in the past 10 years. I'm trying to tread softly and not spoil anything. Like, if I'm complaining, it was kind of like the defeating of the bad guy and the resolution was a little too clean. The story was this. I loved the story. The story was emotional. Like I said, it's not a Zack Snyder directed movie, so there was some Marvel-esque humor in this movie, and I laughed. I'm not afraid to admit that I laughed. They kind of did something that the Fast and Furious movies like to do. I wasn't mad at it, but I don't feel like it was necessary. There is a blink and you miss it reference to the series. I really wanted Grant Gustin to pop up in this movie and basically like recreate the scene from the show when Ezra Miller was in the show 2 or 3 years ago. Grant Gustin is not in this movie. Like it's a hope, it's an expectation. It's not a spoiler because it's not in the movie. And I like, to an extent, I expected the Flash No Way Home. This is kind of, sort of, in a way, the Flash No Way Home, but Spider-Man No Way Home is better than this. But like this, I really enjoyed this movie. I like got everything I expected. I think they messed up the timeline a little bit. No pun, like Flash like is known for fucking up a timeline. But it like they say something like Barry has basically, I think they flubbed saying when Barry started his job. But yeah, like the emotional moments hit me like they were supposed to. All the nostalgia, the Danny Elfman theme, Michael Keaton in general, hit me. I thoroughly enjoyed the Michael Keaton stuff. I hate that we're more likely than not ever going to get Ben Affleck as Batman on screen again. He's still my favorite on-screen Batman. I think he's the most accurate to Batman the Animated Series that we've ever had. I've been saying that for 7 years. There's a post-credit scene. It's stupid. I mean, for the sake of seeing it, sure, stay. But it serves no purpose. It's useless. You don't need to stay. So with all that being said, I will say that in my opinion, The Flash was dope. Have you seen The Flash? What you think about it? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. I recently put up a review for Elemental. Last weekend, I reviewed Transformers Rise of the Beasts, and the weekend before that, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Next weekend, I hope to watch and review Asteroid City, but my theater never gets Wes Anderson. We might have gotten Isle of Dogs, and I just wasn't into his movies at that time. Also, next weekend, No Hard Feelings comes out. I'll watch and review that for sure. Rec League Podcast, episode 113. We had a spoiler discussion talking about Across the Spider-Verse. Watch the movie, check out the podcast. It's all love, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.